Welcome to Cord Cutting This Week, the show where I give you my opinion on some of the biggest stories in the world of cord cutting from the past week. Now, this is my opinion. If you want to know more about these stories, in the show notes down below, I'll have links to each story I covered today. Read them for yourself. Come up with your own decisions. Let me know what I got wrong. I'd love to hear from you. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really does help us. Every week we're covering the world of cord cutting, reviews, guides, how-to tips, and our weekly recap show. Plus, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, we do a live cord cutting Q&A where we answer your cord cutting related questions. But a lot has happened this week. First though, hey, I'm still in the review lab. Next week I plan to be back into the new office in my home with a new studio set up where we'll do these kind of shows in the new Q&As. Have some big plans there, but it's still just a mess of boxes from moving. Haven't been able to set up any of the soundproofing, any of the cameras or lighting yet has been set up. So one more week here. Over the weekend I'll be working on that so that next week we'll be back into the new studio where we can hopefully do some cool new things with these recaps and the Q&As. But let's dive into the news. YouTube TV went nationwide. Hulu's price went up and down at the same time. Pluto TV got bought by Viacom, and a whole lot more has happened this week, so let's dive into the stories. Number one, YouTube TV is now available nationwide according to Google. This was one of those annoying stories where Google made the announcement, and then like an hour or two later they made it happen. So I had a lot of people when this first announced say, hey, Google said this, you reported this, but I went and tried it and it didn't work. Google, for some reason, made the announcement, but their database hadn't been updated. So when you entered the information, it didn't work. And if you called their message, their tech support, they were like, oh, that's not true. Well, as always, never trust tech support and just take everything with a grain of salt. But yeah, so later in the day, that same day after Google announced it, which I believe was Wednesday this week, it started working. So if you tried it right after this announcement happened and it didn't allow you to sign up, go back and try it right now. This means that YouTube TV, according to reports, depending on which numbers you have, because I don't think we have an accurate updated from Hulu, is now the service with the most locals. Now, it's not 100% locals across the board on YouTube TV. There are still markets where I have 3 or 4 of the locals, but I'll be missing an NBC, ABC, or Fox in the lineup. So just remember that 2 things. If you tried to sign up for YouTube TV right after this announcement was made and couldn't, try again. And not all locals are now live on YouTube TV, but the vast majority of locals are, which goes back. Remember, I predicted at the beginning of last year that by around the end of 2018, pretty much every local will be on one or more service. Now, it may mean that your locals may be on Hulu or PlayStation View, but not all on DirecTV or YouTube TV or the other way around. So keep that in mind. Question for you. Do you subscribe to YouTube TV? Do you like it? Leave me a comment. Let me know which live TV streaming services you subscribe to and why you picked that service. Was it the channel selection? Was it the features? Is it the DVR that YouTube TV offers? I'll really love to hear from you. But let's keep moving along on all the stories today. Viacom just bought Pluto TV, and this one I find very interesting. I know there was mass panic when this happened that Pluto TV's over, right? Viacom has a history of not being very cord cutting friendly. They pulled their stuff from Hulu, they pulled their stuff from PlayStation View, and when they did that, they said that, hey, we wanted to promote traditional cable. We wanted to not be offering our stuff on cord cutting friendly stuff because we want you to subscribe to cable. Late last year, they started changing their tune. A lot of the Viacom stuff started coming back to cord cutting friendly services like some of it came to Hulu again and other places. Now they're buying Pluto TV. The CEO says there's kind of a 2-phase approach here. For one, they want to attract the people who really don't want to pay anything for cable. They want that like bottom market that's just like, hey, I don't think your content's worth anything, but I'm willing to watch an ad-supported service, and that's where Pluto TV comes in. The other thing is Viacom is an ad sales company, and the CEO was talking a lot about the fact that they have a lot of access ad inventory, that with Pluto TV they feel that they can improve the ad qualities on Pluto TV and take some of their content from like Paramount, which Viacom now owns, and Viacom Networks, and bring it to Pluto TV to improve Pluto TV. This could be a win-win. The current management staff of Pluto TV is staying in place, which is really good news because they're the original founders, or co-founders, I should say, of Pluto TV. And so they're going to continue to run it, which gives me hope that this will continue to move in the direction it is. And now with the backing of Viacom and the Viacom funds and Viacom programming could make Pluto TV even better. There is legitimate cause for like, hey, is Viacom going to screw this up? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Viacom has said they still intend to release a paid service, separate from Pluto TV, the CEO said this week. Pluto TV will be the free version. They will also offer a paid version, which we'll see. I'm not so sure how many people are really going to be interested in paying for a paid version of Pluto TV or of Viacom content. We'll see. NBC is going to go with a freemium kind of version or free stuff next year. Probably also going to have a paid version with that too. So we'll have to wait and see what Viacom does with Pluto TV. Let me know. Are you a Pluto TV fan? You know, if you watch my videos, I've been a very big fan of it. Huge catalog of content, both on demand and live. And I've been a big fan of it. You know, Zoom is another great one out there. Let me know. What do you think of Pluto TV? Are you worried at all about Pluto TV being bought out by Viacom and what that means for the future of Pluto TV? Next up in the list, Disney Plus. So later this year, Disney's launching a new streaming service. This will be a family-friendly focus. They've announced that now with them getting a majority of Hulu, probably later this year. We'll see. Could be sooner or later. We'll have to wait and find out when Disney closes on their deal for Fox. They intend to launch a family-friendly streaming service, but there's been a lot of confusion over this, and I wanted to kind of go over this. I've talked about it in the past. A few of the things you need to know. I think the expectations for Disney Plus are kind of way too high a little bit. A lot of people are talking about, oh, well, I'm going to get access to everything, right? I'm going to pay $5 or $10 a month and get the complete back catalog of older Disney programs. Disney's pretty much said that's not going to happen. It's going to have a smattering of older stuff, some original content. It's going to be a lot like Netflix and Hulu. So they're going to rotate a lot of the content that's available on it. If you think of it from Disney's point of view, giving you every old Disney Channel, Disney Junior show, every old Disney movie going all the way back for $5 a month isn't worth it. And then to go and produce new original content like the new Disney Star Wars shows are be on there, High School Musical is going to get a new version, and more are all going to come to the service. Pricing is unknown. We've heard everything from $5 a month to $10 a month. Maybe there's multiple plans there. We'll have to see. Maybe there's a tier here and a tier there. Limited commercial, commercial free. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But remember, as always, that take everything with a grain of salt, because one of the big things, I talk about this in my predictions, is the expectation levels can kill services. If you go into it expecting that everything will be included, every Disney movie out there will be included, you're going to have a disappointment when that's not true. For instance, Disney has already announced that the original Star Wars movies are not going to be included. Turner still has the rights to air them, I think, until like 2020, 2022. I want to say 2022. Don't count me on the date. Sometime in the next couple of years, Turner has the rights to air the Star Wars movies. They don't own them. Somebody was confused when I said that last time. They have the rights to air them right now. That Fox sold them, I think, before, or the Lucasfilm sold them before Disney bought Lucasfilm. So we know the older Star Wars movies already won't be included, at least until that deal ends. So, question for you: do you plan to subscribe to Disney Plus? Or did you have expectations that everything would be included in the new Disney Plus, all the older Disney content? Leave me a comment, let me know. Hey, last story of the day. We'll pound these out real quick. Hulu is lowering their on-demand price, but raising their TV prices. So Hulu has announced that their limited commercial on-demand version will be dropping down to $5.99 a month. The commercial-free, almost free version will be remaining the same price, but their live TV service is going up $5 a month. So if you have the live TV version, you're going to see a $5 price increase. This is happening on February 26th. If you're a new subscriber on February 26th, you'll be charged $5.99. Your next bill after the February 26th date will have the new pricing on it. Rather, if you have the live TV, it'll go up. If you have the on-demand, it goes down. What I find interesting here, if you have Hulu limited commercials and Netflix, your price change is kind of a wash, because Netflix went up $2 a month and Hulu limited commercials went down $2 a month, washing each other out. So very interesting move there on Hulu's part. Hulu basically said, hey, we've added discovery content, we've added a ton more on-demand content, we've added more cable channels to our live TV service, plus all these locals that weren't there before. So they say after being on the market for a while, we think it's now time that we have to charge more. It does bring it to pretty much the same price level as PlayStation Vue. So now PlayStation Vue at the basic and Hulu at the basic are the same price. Of course, if you're unhappy with that, there's still YouTube TV at $40 and DirecTV Now at $40. There is Sling TV, which is now at $25. And if you look at this, you think about it, it's still a $40 package if you're a limited commercial, because that $5.99 package is still included with live TV. So, question for you, will this price change on Hulu affect your decisions going forward? I think for most people, if you look at it with cable going up $5 to $10 a month, some places as much as 11 I've heard, with that I think Hulu and cord cutting is still a great option, because cable, the idea that cord cutting is going to cost more than cable would assume that cable is going to stop raising their price, and we know that's just not going to happen. Every year, sometimes twice a year, cable companies are raising their price. Well, let me know what you think. I'll love to hear from you. Hey, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. I will see you next week in the new studio with some new cool stuff. Maybe not 100% ready, but we're moving real fast to try to improve our YouTube channel. We'll be back with more YouTube videos next week on a more regular schedule. With the move this week, things got kind of out of whack. So I'll see you next Wednesday. I'll see you next week. Keep checking in. Hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it.